Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the great Oriental Rabbanim, and to this Shabbat, in this calendar year of 2023, it is going to be the Hilula of a very great rabbi of the name Rabbi Yitzchak Abuchatzeira, known as the Baba Xhaki. Also, I've spoken about the Abi Yaakov, Rabbi Yaakov Abuchatzeira, and the Baba Sali in previous classes in the series. When it comes to the Hilula, it's going to be the Hilula of Rabbi Yitzchak Abuchatzeira, very, very famous, great rabbi, who was born towards the end of the 19th century, back in the year 1895. He was born in an area in Morocco called Ristani, over there in Morocco, in 1895, and then sadly passed away in the English calendar year of 1970. Chaf Adar Bet was his Hilula, the day of his passing. So we're talking about now 53 years from this year. We are talking about over there, and he's the son of Rabbi Masud Abuchatzeira and Echa Abuchatzeira also, and his his wife was also a Rabbanit, Esther Abuchatzeira, who was so from very, very, very great prestige, very great, obviously naturally very great lineage. Also, the Abi Yaakov, one of the greatest rabbis, that was a forefather of his also, who I spoke about in previous classes. Yeah, so he was born in the 1895, and in the year 1920, so when he was about 25, he moved to the town of Budanib with his older brother, who happened to be the Baba Sali, very, very great Kabbalist, very great rabbi, who I've spoken about before. And there was a lot of problems with anti-Semitism related things that took place in Morocco. And in fact, the brother of theirs, Chacham David, was also murdered by the authorities in Morocco. In 1936, he moved with his family in the town of a place called Arfod, which happened to be under the French rule at that stage in time. And he actually was under rabbinic leadership over there at that stage in time. So we're talking about, he must have been about 40 years old. And in 1945, just this time of the culmination of the Second World War, he left Morocco and moved to the city of Oran, which obviously naturally in the country of Algeria, which is neighbours of Morocco. So he must have been about 50 years old at that point. And then at a later stage, shortly afterwards, he moved to Eretz Israel, probably towards the time when there was establishment of the current state of Israel, 75 years back. He went with his family over there, and he moved to a neighborhood of the name of Givat Olga, which is very interesting. And it happened to be that when Rabbi Ben Zion Hai Uziel learned of him coming to Israel, to the land of Israel, and came and met him with such joy and everything else, and initiate him with the appointment as the chief rabbi of Ramla, naturally a place, and also of the area called Lod. These are obviously towns of great Jewish communities and Arab communities also, so very diverse modern day of Israel as it is a city of He also worked long with the Ashkenazic rabbi of the name Rabbi Yisrael Glazer at that time. And also when he went to Lod at the later stage, he was working alongside the rabbinic leadership of Rabbi Avram Kotner for about 20 years. And he was also a member of the Chief Rabbinate Council until the time of his passing. He was also appointed the chairman of an organization of the Sephardic rabbis and the Eastern Edim, let's just say, in the land of Israel, which was actually founded by the first Rishon LeZion of Rabbi Yitzchak Nessim at that stage in time. And in 1959, when he would be, we're talking about 64 years old, he actually got an appointment as a member of the State Commission of Inquiry, and investigated on different events that took place in the land of Israel. And at that stage in time, there wasn't many people from North African communities that took these leadership positions, and he was one of them. He was one of the first people at that stage in time, and happened to be that he sadly passed away in a car accident in the place called Givatai Junction, which was in the south, when he was on his way back to Netivot, after he actually was busy dealing a lot in his life, dealing with different people. He was a people's person, dealing with the Shalom Bayit issue. So just after performing great mitzvah of Shalom Bayit, helping couples cement their relationship, sadly he passed away in a car accident. And happened to be, I think, at the time when he was visiting the Baba Sali also at that stage in time. There was 20,000 people, a great amount of people that actually attended his funeral at that stage in time, and was very much mourned, very sad nowadays, but very great rabbi, the Baba Xhaki over there. It happened to be that after his death, his son, he had 12 children. One of them was his son, Rabbi Abuchatzeira, also known as the Baba Hana, popularly, and he became the rabbi, or he was the rabbi of Yavne, and then became the leader of the head rabbi of Ramla after Rabbi Yitzchak Abuchatzeira had passed away. His son actually took his position, and then he naturally passed away back in the year 1974, shortly afterwards. And then Rabbi Yechiel Abuchatzeira was then elected the rabbi of the city. So it was a chain of rabbis of the Rabbi Abuchatzeira dynasty that were the head rabbanim of Ramla at that stage in time. Also, another interesting thing about him, he was very passionate Zionist. One of the beliefs was, after the 6-Day War on Yom Yerushalayim, he actually advocated and said that one should read Hallel and do the reading of the Torah on Yom Yerushalayim. That's one interesting thing within regards to him at that stage in time. So he was a passionate Zionist, and actually, interesting enough, he actually happened to call for the forming of a Sanhedrin. It was reported at one stage in time. He had such a passion for Israel. He saw it as a process, especially the capturing of Jerusalem. These are all stages with regards to the redemption that was to take place at a later stage. And he dealt in many different areas and works in halakha. People saw him as many people, thousands and thousands of people saw him as a head rabbinic authority, and people to seek advice within regards to the Torah and all the various different Jewish laws within regards to it, and was one of the greatest rabbis of the 20th century that lived in Israel. And he left many great descendants. To name a few, was including over there Rabbi Abuchatzeira, who I mentioned before, also popularly known as the Baba Hana at that stage in time, who served as rabbis of Yavne and also as the chief rabbi of Ramla, which is also interesting. There was also another son of his Chacham, Aaron Abuchatzeira, who happened to be also the mayor of Ramla, and was also a member of Knesset, it was reported, and a minister of religious affairs at one stage in time. Also Rabbi Yechiel Abuchatzeira, I mentioned before, who also became the chief rabbi of Ramla and the head of something called the Yitzchak institutions also, which is also interesting. And there was also one of his grandchildren was Uriel, someone of the name Uriel Bosso, also, which is someone that is currently in the Knesset for the Shas, the Sephardi political party. At the moment, it's, I believe, the third largest or fourth largest political party in the Knesset at present, and they're doing so many amazing things. And may Hashem give bracha to the whole of that political party and to help Am Yisrael in forming. He also had another, the other brothers also. So we talked about Rabbi Yisrael Abuchatzeira, and he was also the brother of Ruma Amoyahal and Freha Abuchatzeira, and Rabbi Masud Shetrit also he was the brother of. So he had a lot of great people. Another one of his sons was Chacham Pinchas Abuchatzeira, and had various other great descendants and great family links also. So it's going to be on Chaf Adar Bet. It's going to be his Hilula. Maybe we light candles in his memory. One of the great Moroccan rabbis that came and lived in Israel, the passion for Eretz Yisrael and everything else. And may his neshama be protecting us. So many things. You can look at all the stories of him online. There's not much in English language within regards to him, but there's a lot you can find in Hebrew of the Baba Xhaki also. So Rabbi Yisrael Abuchatzeira, it's going to be his Hilula. And Rabbi Yitzchak Abuchatzeira, it's going to be his Hilula, this Chafei Adar Bet. Guys, have an awesome day, and Shabbat Shalom if you're listening before Shabbat, and enjoy. And go back to look at the other videos from the series of the great Oriental Rabbanim. Okay, have a great day. Bye.